Corporations, two private companies created by the government that are responsible in some way or another for about half of all U.S. home loans. Fox 4's Sean Rabb is in to tell you more about these two companies and how significant they are to our entire economy. Sean?
Indeed, they are. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are basically the linchpin to the entire housing industry. And the housing industry is a vital cog in the nation's economy. All of it right now like a ship being tossed on a stormy sea. Danny Wagner's North Dallas home is up for sale. He's made a living buying houses and selling them. Now he says the market is beyond tough.
Anybody that would try to get into buying houses, fixing them up and selling them would have to be just an idiot. That's in my opinion, an idiot.
Wagner laughs, but praises the government's proposed bailout of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
You know, Fannie and Freddie represent just roughly $5.3 trillion of the mortgages that are out there, and either holding a note or as the investor on those. And since that represents a little over 50% of all of the mortgages out there, then they needed to do something quickly.
The government created Fannie Mae in 1938, Freddie Mac in 1970. The companies established to increase home ownership and make housing affordable. They buy mortgages from approved lenders with federal dollars and sell them worldwide to investors. They're the only Fortune 500 companies not required to inform the public about financial difficulties. If Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac fail,
then that would be a fairly good definition of a financial Armageddon.
If the bailout had not occurred, then other financial institutions would have begun to have real problems. Some of them might begin to fail. It really could have been a terrible domino effect.
For working folks, while the government help for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac won't cost us directly, it will be felt in many ways.
People should expect higher interest rates. They should expect it just more difficult to get a loan on a house and all other kinds of credit. It's not good.
The government's already taking steps to stop the kinds of lending practices that allowed so many people to get into homes they ultimately could not afford. But the housing market and the nation's economy still struggling to turn around.
This isn't a tugboat we're trying to turn around. This is like a train of aircraft carriers where an aircraft carrier can't turn on a dime. It takes quite a bit of effort and exertion to get it turned around.
Danny Wagner hopes it happens soon.
We started at $415 and it's been on the market about 4 weeks, and we brought it down to $399, and that's where it presently is, and I think that's where it's going to stay.
Well, it's going to take a long time, many fear, for the housing industry to come through this mortgage crisis. But now some say the correction's already underway. Joining me now, one of the voices in our story today, Dr. Gary Lacefield, Executive Vice President and Director of Compliance at W.R. Starkey Mortgage. Thank you for being with us. Tell me why it was so important, Dr. Lacefield, for the...
Well, thank you, Sean. There's two primary reasons. The first is that because of the rumors that were flying Wednesday and Thursday of last week about the demise or the trouble that Fannie and Freddie were in, the Fed had to operate quickly. And so they worked obviously through Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. And the reason that they didn't hold off, my guess, to make the announcement on Monday morning is because this is not just a U.S. issue, this is a global issue. And the Asian markets open late Sunday night, which would be our Monday morning, and they needed to make the announcement for their benefit.
What are the changes underway now in the mortgage industry in terms of securing loans? What's going away? What's staying?
Well, there's all of the products that have gotten folks into this situation, that caused the demise of 260 mortgage companies, that is causing the errors that Fannie and Freddie are in right now. Those products have gone away. The market has corrected itself. The zero down, the stated, the 100% financing, the 80-20 financing, basically what we call the liar loans in the industry. And
because there was really no proof of assets or what you're making?
There was no proof of assets, there was no proof of income, there was no proof, no stability, all of the things that it takes to put into place to assure that someone not only has the ability to make the payment, but also is likely to make the payment, and that the collateral value for the payment that the property that they're making is going to be there.
Okay, now going forward, what's going to be the test or the standard to secure that home loan?
Well, going forward, the test is going to be, first of all, people are probably going to have more skin in the game. So you're going to see people are going to have to be able to put 5 and 10 and 15% down in order to get the best rates. Credit is going to be a big issue. HUD has just released their FHA risk-based, where the MI insurance is going to be based upon what your credit score is. And that's new for them because that hasn't happened in the past. Credit score was not an issue. So people are going to have good credit. People are going to have to show that they have the ability to repay, and people are going to have to be able to show that the collateral value of the property is correct.
The real value of the property.
The real value of the property, because there are changes in place that really have started from the state of New York filing a lawsuit against Washington Mutual about influences being placed upon appraisal companies so that they don't come across with the true value of the property.
All right, Dr. Gary Lacefield, thank you so much for your time this evening. And there you have it. We're going to continue watching over the next several weeks and months this mortgage mess, see how it begins to turn around. Sean Rabb, Fox 4 News.